Hey everyone, Tristan back with another video, and in this video I am reviewing the T-Mobile home internet device. This is a pretty cool internet device. It's a 5G home internet device. It's completely unlimited and it's between $50 and $60. They don't charge you for the equipment, and they also don't charge any kind of contracts or anything like that, so it's completely month to month. If you decide to quit, you don't have to pay any like termination fee or anything like that, so it's pretty cool. It could really be a good alternative for you if you live in a remote area, or you want to stop supporting Comcast, or you can't get faster internet speeds. So let's show you the device here real quick. All right, so this is the device here, and I have it kind of set up on my AV rack in my living room. I do actually have an Ethernet cable going out from it, or going into it, because I have a TiVo device, so I actually have it hooked up to there. But this can provide Wi-Fi to 64 different devices, I believe, and also it supports Wi-Fi 6. And you'll want to place this somewhere in your house that is not just centrally located for Wi-Fi, but also a good location for the cell phone reception. So, you know, it is highly variable in terms of how well it works, you know, based on the reception that it gets. Generally, on a higher floor is better, and you're just going to want to experiment with that. So it has like a little OLED display here on the screen, as you can see, and as you can see here right now, I've got 3 bars of service, but generally it tends to fluctuate in this location between 3 and 4, which is really quite good. And then you can kind of see if you can scroll the different settings here. I've got 5 devices here. The battery is 100%. It just has a battery for when you want to take it to different places in your house and measure the signal strength. It doesn't really run like all your Wi-Fi devices on the battery. And then you have different settings and stuff that you can do, and alerts and messages and things like that. You can also access most of this or all of this stuff through the app. So you actually set it up through the T-Mobile home internet, or the T-Mobile internet app on your smartphone. So it's all set up through the app. But one of the reasons why I wanted to get this is because my home internet is a AT&T Uverse based internet. It's actually through sonic.net, which in itself is not bad, but in my area it tends to be a little bit unreliable because there's a lot of condos here and stuff, and AT&T is always working out on the remote terminal out on the street, and they oftentimes change things, or disconnect my connection or something like that, and then you have to have a service call and have them plug it back in. So it tends to be a little bit unreliable. And also the fastest service that I could get through sonic.net, which is contracting through AT&T Uverse, was 50 down and 5 up. It actually tends to be 5 or 6 up, which is really not that fast by today's standards. This device here I'm able to get from usually about 120 to sometimes 200 down and 20 to 30 up. So in terms of my up speed, it's 3 to 4 times faster. So I thought that was pretty good. Now I've heard some reviews online of this where it tends to be a little bit iffy because it is relying on the 5G network, and if the 5G goes down, like in your neighborhood, in your tower, then it'll revert back to 4G. But it kind of just depends on the cellular network, and that is true. But I'm lucky here in my location that I have pretty good coverage, and I'm right by the water and stuff like that. So, and I'm also lucky that I live on the top floor as well, because these don't do as well on bottom floors. It really works best when it's close to the sky and the cellular towers as possible. So I'm lucky in those respects. I'm not getting rid of my other ISP quite yet. I'll probably keep both of them, but this one is definitely faster, and it's proven to be quite reliable as well. So I'm actually quite impressed with it, so far. I originally signed up just to kind of give it a try, based on the fact that there weren't any contracts or anything. I could just return it or quit anytime. But actually, it turns out I really do like it, and it's working out quite well. Let me go ahead and do a speed test, and you can get a sense of the speed. All right, so here I am on my iPad, and I am connected to the T-Mobile home internet via Wi-Fi, and we'll just go to speed test here and run a test. And as you can see, it's pretty darn fast. I'm getting about 130 down, and You know, it looks like about 22, 23, 21 up, somewhere around there. This is still a lot faster than my home wired-based internet, so I'm pretty happy with that. You know, I told myself that if I can get it faster than my home internet, you know, that would be a plus. And then also look at my ping time. The ping time is only 12 milliseconds. On my home wired internet through Uverse, my ping time was always about 28 to 30 milliseconds. So that's a pretty amazing ping time as well. And here's the website for the T-Mobile home internet. You can go to T-Mobile and click on internet and you can get you know, all the information. Currently they're running a special. It's $50 a month with auto pay. I guess normally it would be $60 a month without auto pay. And then they have some other specials here. You can get $10 off YouTube TV or YouTube Red or YouTube Premium. Again, it's the kind of service where your mileage may vary. I have seen a lot of reviews on the online forums where in people's certain locations it doesn't work very well, or their cellular tower is congested. But you know, I think that can vary because as T-Mobile works on the cellular towers and gets more capacity, it'll get better. So it just really depends on your particular location. So it's going to be something that you're going to want to try before actually committing to it. You know what I mean? There is no actual commitment. You can actually try it, and if you decide to cancel, you know, you don't have to. You just send the device back, and you don't have to pay any kind of fees or anything like that. But I'm just saying, basically, don't necessarily get your hopes up because it depends a lot on your location and, you know, your cell towers and all that. Also, they have the check availability button here as well, so that this will enable you to put in your address to check your availability and see a map. Now, when I did that, my area was, it said that I had very strong 5G coverage, so that was a plus as well. So definitely check your area first before even placing an order. But all in all, I'm really quite happy with it so far. Again, this has been my look at the T-Mobile home internet. This device itself is made by Nokia, by the way. It looks pretty cool in the home. The other thing that I was quite pleasantly surprised with is that it works with my wireless printer as well. So I just connected my wireless printer to this Wi-Fi, and I'm able to print wirelessly from any device that's connected to this, you know, in my Wi-Fi network. It's not really a router in itself, in that it's not really made to route sort of you know, local traffic between devices at high speeds and things like that. It's just more of a gateway. But you can connect an external router to it. It does have 2 Ethernet ports on the back of it if you want to use your own router. But I'm actually just using this to connect to all my devices because it does provide Wi-Fi 6, so I can connect my iPhone, iPad to it, you know, my Macs, and it just works fine. So this has been my look at the T-Mobile home internet service and device. Questions, comments, or feedback, please feel free to leave them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.